Hello students, very good morning. So let us continue with the chapter motion. So we were discussing about the types of motion, and so far we have discussed two types of motion. One is translatory and the other one is circular motion, and today we shall discuss about the third type of motion, that is oscillatory motion. Now students, what is oscillatory motion? If an object moves to and fro from its position of rest, then the object is said to be oscillatory motion, or in other words, the to and fro motion of the object from its mean position is said to be oscillatory motion. To and fro motion of the object from its mean position is known as oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion. Like this pen is my in hand. I am just moving this fan like this. Now the motion of this fan is to and fro. This is the mean position, and now it is moving like this. So this is called oscillatory motion. Now you can give example of it, like motion of swing, and another you can say motion of pendulum of wall clock. So this is what oscillatory motion. Now student, oscillatory motion is also called vibratory motion. Oscillatory motion is also called vibratory motion. Like when this oscillatory motion is called vibratory motion, for this like you can take an example of any instruments, strings instruments. Once again, strings instrument means which contains some thin wires, like sitar, violin, guitar produce sound when their strings tighten between 2 points and they are made to vibrate. Now in this type of motion, you just see that when we pluck the strings of the musical instruments, some parts of it moves to and fro from its position of rest, whereas the other parts remain at fixed position. So then the motion is called vibratory motion, or in a very simple language mean some part remains at fixed position and the other parts moves to and fro. So this is called vibratory motion. Now the next is repetitive motion. Next is repetitive motion. Now what is repetitive motion? There are some objects which keeps on repeating their motion. Once again, there are some objects which keeps on repeating their motion. The motion of these type of objects is known as repetitive motion. Like the motion of the moon around the earth and the motion of the earth around the sun are the example of this repetitive motion. Means repetition after regular interval of time is called periodicity. Once again, repetitive motion, the objects which keeps on repeating their motion is known as repetitive motion. For example, the motion of the moon and the motion of the earth. Now the next is periodicity. Now what is periodicity? Repetition of the motion after regular interval of time. Is known as periodicity. Now, periodicity can be classified into two types of motion. One is periodic motion. Then another is non-periodic motion. Okay, students, in order to understand periodic motion, let us start with the first one, that is periodic motion. Let us take an example of simple pendulum. This is the rigid support on which this bob is suspended with the help of thread or string. Once again, this is the rigid support. This is metallic bob and this is the thread. Now just see that this position of the bob is known as mean position. This is known as mean position. Now students, let this bob is displayed from its mean position and it moves a distance from mean to extreme. This position is known as extreme position. Now from mean to extreme, this is known as one vibration. And then again from extreme to mean, this is known as second vibration. Then again from mean it moves higher displacement, that is again this is extreme position. Now it is moving like this. This is third vibration, and then again from extreme to mean, this is fourth vibration. In other words, we can say that four vibration made one oscillation. Now just see that from mean to extreme, then extreme to mean, then again mean to extreme, then extreme to mean. So now from the above examples we can define periodic motion. The motion of an object is said to be periodic, if it repeat its motion in regular interval of time. In regular interval of time. So the other example of periodic motion, the pulse rate or heartbeat of an average person, and the revolution of the earth around the sun, the motion of the needle of a swing, a rocking chair, and vibrating tuning fork are the examples of periodic motion. Now let us move to the next one, that is non-periodic motion. Now from here we can say that non-periodic motion is the motion if an object does not repeat its motion after regular interval of time. That is known as non-periodic motion. If an object does not repeat its motion after a regular interval of time, the motion is known as non-periodic. For example, the rise and fall of sea. And another example is when you apply brakes of your cycle, you press and release the brake handle, and that type of motion is a regular, non-regular interval. So that is a non-periodic motion. So with this, it's over. Now let us move to the next topic, that is the average speed. The next topic is average speed. Now what is the average speed? Average speed is the total distance traveled by the object by total time taken. Or you can write average speed is the total distance traveled traveled upon total time taken. So this is what average speed is. Now the next topic is uniform and non-uniform motion. Uniform and non-uniform motion. First of all, we shall start with uniform motion. Uniform motion. If an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, the motion of the body is known as uniform motion. If an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, the motion of the body is known as uniform motion. For example, let the body is at point A, and from point A to point B, it covers a distance 5 meters in 1 second. Now from B to C, again it covers 5 meters, and that is in 1 second, like this. So equal distance in equal interval of time, the motion of the object is known as uniform motion. Or in other words, you can say that the body is moving with the same speed. So that is the uniform motion. The other example of uniform motions are like hands of a clock or watch have a uniform motion. Now the next is non-uniform motion. Now if an object does not cover equal distance in equal interval of time, or vice versa, the motion of the body is known as non-uniform motion. You can take an example. Let the body is at point A. From A to B, it travels 5 meters in 1 second. Then from B to C, it travels a distance 5 meters in 2 seconds. So this type of motion is known as non-uniform motion. Once again, just see that the distance traveled between A and B is 5 meter and the time taken is 1 second, and the distance traveled between the point B and C is 5 meter. What the time is taken as 2 seconds. So this motion is known as non-uniform motion. In other words, even you can take it like this. Let body is at point A and it travels a distance of 5 meter in 1 second, and then the next is it travels a distance of 4 meter in 1 second. Just see what is the difference between these two examples. In the first example, the distance traveled is equal, what the time taken is different. In this case, the distance traveled is different and the time taken is same. So, if an object does not cover equal distance in equal interval of time or vice versa, the motion of the body is known as non-uniform motion. Now the next topic is weight. This is one of the most important topic which help you in the higher classes. Students, what is weight is? In physics, generally what happens when somebody asks to you that what is your weight, and your answer is coming that my weight is 50 kg, my weight is 30 kg, my weight is 45, my weight is 40 kg. 40 kg. When you are talking 40 kg or something else, as we know that kg is the unit of mass. It means I am telling my mass. I am not telling my weight. Now the question is, what is weight? In the language of physics, weight is a force with which the earth attracts a body due to its gravitational pull. Once again, weight is a force of the earth with which it attracts the body towards its center. That is what weight is. So weight is represented with letter W, and this is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. What is G here? I am just writing here. This is acceleration due to gravity. So weight is mass into gravity. And if you will be asked what is the value of numerical value of G, the numerical value of G is 9.8 meter per second square. Meter per second square. This is the 9.8 meter per second square, or you can take it approximately 10. And even you can take it approximately 10 meter per second square. So if you want to find the mass from here, so M will be equal to W upon G. Now the SI unit of weight is SI unit, that is Newton. N-E-W-T-O-N, Newton, and it is written as N. So since weight is the force, the SI unit of force is Newton, so the SI unit of weight is also Newton. So with this, your chapter is finished. In the next video, we shall solve the exercise, and till then you must go through it, and after finishing the first term syllabus, I will give you my WhatsApp number and I will remove your doubts. Thank you very much.